Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. What's his message? Hi, Dan. All right.
Welcome to Tea Time with
Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. This is super recent. Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. I missed you guys. I really did. Everybody, welcome to this special edition of Tea Time with Bunky. To all my Tea Time with Bunky followers and subscribers, thank you so much for taking this journey with me. I appreciate it. We're going on 4 years strong. So I thank you for sharing, telling a friend, because without you all, there would be no me. So I appreciate you. Just want to let you know. For those that are new to Tea Time with Bunky, welcome. A little bit about Tea Time with Bunky. Tea Time with Bunky is more than just a show. It's a safe, welcoming space where everyone can share their stories and life journeys, from survivors and advocates to community leaders and everyday voices. No story is too big and no story is too small. Each episode dives deep into the topics that matter, from social issues, politics to self-healing and transformation. You can catch Tea Time with Bunky every Thursday at 7 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and become a part of a community that believes in the power of sharing and healing together. So that is what Tea Time with Bunky is about. If you have never been on Tea Time with Bunky, sending out prayers to those in Texas, to family members that are affected by everything that's going on in Texas. You're in our thoughts and prayers. To this government that has you all the way messed up. Praying that they get it together, because this is ridiculous. It's over 120 plus lives lost and so many more missing. So it's really sad. Like I said, all we can do is pray for the people in Texas, pray for our government, because this is hurricane season and this is when stuff is really about to go down. So I love to see how everybody is there for each other. Remember to vote in November. That's all I can say. Elections coming up in November. If you didn't vote in your primaries, make sure you vote in the November elections, because we have to make a change, because this is sad and getting worse. So with all that being said, tonight's episode of Tea Time with Bunky. Yes, don't forget to check out FFF playlist. Tonight's episode, we're sitting down with true visionary, Lily Mae Jones, CEO of Back to the Basics Production Management Group. Back to the Basics is a dynamic collective of creators in the film and entertainment industry, united by a powerful mission to tell stories that uplift, inspire, and reflect the truth of who they are and whose we are. With a bold commitment to authenticity and empowerment, Lily Mae and her team champion narratives rooted in purpose, identity, and hope, lighting a path for generations to come. I didn't know that there were productions until I looked, and like I told her, I'm really sorry I didn't do my homework, but In Therapy to Client, Figured Flings, what we're going to talk about tonight, Vows and Vendettas, and a beautiful waste of time. This is more than entertainment. It's a storytelling with soul. So join me as I dive deep into her journey, the message, and creative force behind the work. And we have some of the cast members on as well. And we have also her glam team. And look, I just lost the paper, God. No, wait, you guys, wait. I gotta do better. Without further ado, let me see who's first.
Oh, God.
Okay, look. And we have China
closer,
Glam, and over here
right,
we have Kat, part of production, and right here we have Monica. Monica, are you part of production? Part of film?
Yes, I'm the lead. Yes.
Welcome you all.
Oh my God.
I told you it was going to be a mess. So welcome. Did I introduce y'all right?
So just to let you know, so first and foremost, Back to the Basics, of course, is the production management group. My husband is actually the CEO.
Okay.
I'm the COO, and we have a CFO, and her name is Chelsea. Tonight, we're going to talk to you about the production company a little bit, but more or less about Full Figure Flings.
Yes.
Which is the major project that is not just a film, it's a movement. And yes, Monica and I actually co-lead that particular film, and Kat is coming in on Full Figure Flings Part 2. She was a model in Part 1. And what we do on our production team is pretty much we cast from our crew, and we cast a lot of times from our featured extras. And so Kat definitely showed up, showed out, put her best foot forward, and now she has acquired a pivotal supporting role in Full Figure Flings Part 2.
Congratulations. Okay, well, thank you for clarifying that. 'Cause I appreciate, because I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's hard for me sometimes, especially when I don't know the person. And then when I do my homework late. So I'm being honest. Y'all. I had a lot going on. But I couldn't wait to see this because I'm like, Full Figured Flings. And then I watched it. I said, oh.
And I love it. I love it because when it's the title. It's the
Yes.
title. It is the title. And what ends up happening is people are thinking one thing, and I want you to think that. Because we will give you a little bit of that.
Okay.
But it's that underlying message. It's that agenda that is so important. Because this film is not just about plus size women.
Okay.
It's addressing the systemic inequalities in film, entertainment, corporate America, politics, government, and everywhere. Because Black women
Yes.
are already underrepresented and misrepresented. But when you add obese Black women to the fold and dark-skinned obese Black women, oh, you got a huge problem. And that's what I'm coming for.
Okay. There's an echo going on. I don't know where this echo coming
I think everybody needs to mute if you're not talking, because I think that's what it is.
Okay, yeah, I'm like, what is it? Okay, well, you already told, because I wanted to know what inspired Full Figured Flings and what was the message behind this particular film that you wanted to send.
So realistically, Monica, she's in therapy, right? And she played the role of a boss mogul who was like a billionaire.
Okay.
Well, behind the scenes, we started to have conversations, and she was like, Lily, I keep auditioning for these roles, but I'm not getting casted. So I strategically positioned myself in a position to cast with someone.
Okay.
And I told her to audition. She did. However, her audition was overlooked. Now, mind, I'm strategically in this position because I wanted to see if what I thought was going to happen was going to happen.
Okay.
Long story short, her audition was overlooked. I asked for it to be pulled. It was wonderful compared to the other ones that I saw. Needless to say, she didn't get the role. It was at that point that I said, you know what? I'm going to write something and you're going to lead it. Because if we don't take care of our own, nobody is. And let me clear something up. When I say our own, I'm referencing plus size women of all colors, shapes, and sizes. Because full figured women, whether they are white, Black, Hispanic, Asian, we are all ostracized and ridiculed if we are not perfectly proportioned. So if we don't have that 2-1-2 ratio, we're not casted for anything but the insecure, promiscuous, undesirable woman.
Or the funny friend.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The mama, the auntie, the best friend,
right.
or something like that. Or the addict. I've been watching a lot of films with larger women now, but they're drug addicts, they're insecure, they're getting cheated on and all these types of things. So yeah.
I'm watching. I have this thing where I love my 600-pound life, right? And all the 600-pound, all the shows. There's this one new show. It just ended. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's about two best friends, two full figured, they're Black women, best friends, and beautiful. I mean, like, they're beautiful women. And it's just like, I listened to their story and I watched one of them as I was watching one of the plays, the shows. There's this one, the one that's not going for the surgery, right? She's so funny, bubbly. She's just so sweet. I mean, she just, I love her. But there's this guy she's been in a romance with for over 20 plus years. Okay. But they've never gone on a date. He comes around at night, or he'll come around after he's dating someone and they break up. And she accepts this. And the one friend that's going through the procedure is like, why do you allow him to come in? And why do you let him do this to you? And she said she wanted a full relationship. And when she joined a dating website, right, and he saw that other men were interested, that's when he took her out on a date, but it was still like in a friend zone. So watching this, I got it, what you're saying. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And the audacity of him to keep her there when there's something about her that you love. You've been dealing with her for over 20 years, but it has to be her size.
So and the aesthetics. So realistically, this has been the
That's it,
narrative.
1,000 pounds.
This has been the narrative for lifetimes. So as a kid, I tell people the size that I am now, I was this size at the age of 10 years old. So I was a 200-pound 10-year-old. But my parents purposely put me in every sport that nobody in my area but little white girls were in. I was in gymnastics. And baby, yes, I could flip. I could balance beam, vault. The only thing my mother told them not to let me do was get on the uneven bars because she was scared they won't go hold me up. But I'm just saying, but that's real though. Let's be real about it.
Yeah, that would have hurt.
But these women that you see before you right now are beautiful inside and out, but they are also products of the systemic inequalities associated with film and entertainment and society as a whole. And because of that, that's why they're here. And that's why they're going to stay here. And that's why I continue to write story after story after story to put full-figured women in positions. You messing around with us, you're going to have an all full-figure fire department. You just keep on playing with me. Because the thing is, we can do any and everything that everybody else can do.
I mean, as long as you're healthy, like who really cares?
Absolutely.
People look at thin people and think because they're thin, they're healthy. No, that's not true at all. You know, so I get it. And it's the stereotype. And I applaud you for doing this. I had a model on my show in my early beginnings. Her name was Indigo Blue. She's a plus size model. When I say she was gorgeous and her hair was dyed indigo blue. And when I say she could walk, she walked that walk. I saw her at a power empowerment brunch, right? And so she was like one of the speakers there. And she walked that walk better than anybody I ever seen. And she was proud and bold. And I'm like, in my mind's eye, I'm like, what is the problem? You know, like, why? And she has a modeling agency that promotes plus size women.
Absolutely.
And so if you don't set your own table, you're right. You're right. They're not going to make room for you at the table. So I applaud you for setting the table to give these actresses a chance that regular movie people, production wouldn't give them. Because like you said, she slayed it.
Oh, absolutely.
But she just didn't fit the profile.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, Monica, she can speak to her experiences, you know, even life and with film, because we have these conversations. And this is a family over here. Now, they will tell you, I'm cool, I'm fun, I'm bubbly. But when we get on set, I'm not your friend. I'm your worst enemy because I want you to be the best that you can be. And I'm not going to he and ha with you. I'm going to pull it out of you. But we are family. So we might joke about each other, but can't nobody on the outside come in because you're going to have a whole problem because I am Mama Bear for real. Okay. But yeah, Monica, talk to him.
Monica, so you're like the lead. So what was that experience like coming into this?
It was very, I'm not gonna lie, it was nerve-wracking, but on the other side, exciting because I'm freshly entering into this industry, and like Lily said, I was just struggling to get roles that I'm like, I can fit this role. I ace everything that they said they want, and I just couldn't get it. And I was just like, okay, what is the problem? Okay, I'm giving you my best. I'm giving you the character. What is the problem? So,
Mhm.
and then it was nerve wracking because it's my very first time leading. And in the back of my mind, it was just kind of like I was questioning myself a lot. Like, wait, there's so many people who have done this for a long time. And I'm just like, I'm just entering, I'm already getting the lead. And it's just like, did I even earn it? And like, really like, being in this on set, just interacting with the cast, just growing, just learn still to this day learning because I love being on set because I'm open and I get the chance to learn and how to be more stronger and more professional and more like bring out the characters. So it's nervous, but it's a very exciting journey.
Okay. Kat, what made you want to get into acting?
Well, it's something that I did back in school, but
Okay.
as life happened, I got out of it. I stopped. But it's always been my passion. It's always something I wanted to do, just because I feel like I'm able to just embody a whole lot of different aspects, different characters, and it's. I always want to do something exciting
Mhm.
instead of just working a regular 9 to 5. I wanted my job to be fun. So acting brings that out. It lets me be who I want to be. It gives me, I'm able to be different people. I'm able to just do a lot of different things with it to get me out of like, if I'm having personal dramas, it clears up my head really. So that's why I always wanted to do it. And as I got older and I did gain weight, because I wasn't always plus size. So as I got older and I gained weight, things are becoming more different for me. I
Mhm.
was getting like, because I also model. So I wasn't getting, my modeling gigs. And then I was getting more so background work versus
Okay.
even supporting roles. I was getting more background work. So I was so glad to run into Monica, and she introduced me to Lily because me and Monica were modeling together, and we were both doing the same things, we were going to the same auditions, and we would ask each other after, like, well, how did you do? Or what did they say? And we both got the same answers. So that's when she introduced me to Lily. And Lily she gave me a modeling opportunity on Figured Flings. And then, like she said, I'm glad now to have my supporting role on Figured Flings too.
So what were the answers what were they saying to you guys?
Well, I know for me, the feedback I got was you did a good job. We just wanted to see if you could do some other stuff. So if you could do something else, like it wasn't the role I went in there for I went to audition for. They told me I did good on that, but now you want to see if I could play a different part. But that's not what I came in here for. But I could, and I did that as well. And it's like, oh, okay, well, we'll let you know. We'll give you a
Mm.
call or we'll reach out or someone will reach out, and you never hear anything back.
And that was your experience too, Monica?
No, mine was a little bit different. I mean, well, same and different. I had a audition I submitted for. Actually, I told Lily knows about this, where they actually asked me for the role that I auditioned for. It was like, oh, we already filled it, but can you do another role? And but they was asking me to do like more like nudity and stuff. And I was like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. I never done this. And it's just like, I'm just like, yo, what? I'm just panicking. I'm just going crazy. And I'm just like, thank God, God was like, we're not doing this. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, we're not doing this. And I got people that said, well, your audition was good, but we just feel like somebody else would better fit the role. So they didn't even open an opportunity for me to audition for other roles in the future.
So they didn't blatantly just come out and say that they're looking for someone who's a size 2.
Yeah. But I already, I'm like y'all. I might be at the beginning, but I'm not dumb. I can read between what y'all saying. So
never do. And I think that's the thing. So I think that's the hard part for people working with me.
Mhm.
I come from a generation of people that were born in the 20s and 30s. So the way I talk to them is the way I'm talking to you and everybody out there listening now. I
Mhm.
don't have cut cards. So I don't mind telling you, you know why you didn't get the role? We're fat. We're oddly shaped. That's just what it is. Okay? Let's just put it out there.
Keep it real, right?
Yeah,
Right.
because what happens is when you tell me that I'm not delivering, but I then see the product and literally the person is reading off of the paper, but they 36, 24, 36, bam, boom. I already know what it is. And I'm fine with that, because this is the thing. What I do understand since I've gotten into writing is that every director, they know aesthetically what they're looking for. They know that sex sells. They know that we live in a world of cosmetic noses, lips, booties, breasts, all of that, right?
Yeah.
We also know that there are a lot of full figure women who go and get the lipo 360 so that they do have a smaller waist. So
Yeah.
what ends up happening is, while we're full figured, they're curvy now. And so they're asking for curvy women. I had that experience. I applied for a role, but the gentleman told me straight up, you're not exactly curvy. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm an inverted triangle. Call it what it is. That's what it is. I got broad shoulders. That's what it is. Well, oh, excuse me. Now, I think they've changed it to strawberry. We're strawberry shaped. They want to make it sweet, but it's an inverted triangle. It's all the same thing. Yep. Oh yeah, they're names for the shapes. I got you.
Yeah, like I've never.
But really, with these ladies, you know, with my husband, with China and C Flim, checked in. That's our CFO. She's down there. Shout out to Chelsea.
Wait, she's
in the comments. She's in the comments.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I don't see her. Okay, all right.
She's on no camera. Chelsea loves, but she's also our wardrobe designer. So she ain't on no camera.
Okay.
But
hi, Chelsea.
What happens is that I really do have a heart. I have been obese all my life. Like, I was born large, right? You know, I didn't know what it was to be small. I legitimately, and you know, back in the day, your size was associated with your wealth status. If y'all want to know a little bit about history, if you go to Europe, back in the day, y'all remember all of those white women of stature were large.
Mm-hmm.
And if you skinny, you po. So when I met my husband, I'm like, you po, like, because he was skinny. But so think about it. I grew up thinking that really, really small people were poor. So I'm at school trying to feed people. I'm telling my mom, look, Mom, give me an extra pork chop sandwich. I'm sharing food. Even the teachers were eating our food. We taking chitlin sandwiches to school. We taking ham sandwiches. Mommy baking cakes, bringing them to the school. And I'm talking about elementary school. So fast forward, I get to high school and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm trying out for this, and the only reason I'm getting selected is because I can sing. So it's all, honestly, being fat in film and entertainment is equivalent to being Black in corporate America. When
that's a mess.
Caucasians, period. So
that's real.
I keep saying to people, you know, I understand aesthetically what you're looking for, but understand that there is a whole world of obese and morbidly obese people out there that will watch your films if they saw people that look like you. So you might be getting your $200 and $300 checks, but you might get $1 million check if you appeal to that audience that you don't even realize is looking at you.
That representation is very important.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, I'm listening to your description of the way, like the strawberry thing kind of just blew my mind. I never heard anything like that. But it kind of, how can I put this in? Just, I think that me being me, this is me. The fact that you ladies, you know, you're trying out for these roles and everything, and the people are giving you false information because their response isn't reality. They're lying to you in a cushiony way. I think it's wrong because I'm sure you guys went in there and blew away. Let me ask you, are these productions, are they all Black productions that you tried for? Are they mixed? Like what does that look like? How?
So the ones I went, they were Black.
You know, that makes it even worse.
Yeah, same. They were all Black that I auditioned for. Yeah.
And I can tell you it's different. Shout out to, and I'm gonna shout him out. Shout out to Timothy Shizmar because he's a white guy. We met him when we were in LA. Shout out to Film Threat. Shout out to the World Entertainment Awards. We met him when we were in LA for those particular events. And it's different. The sad thing is that we are our own worst enemy.
That's a fact.
And although there are the societal ills of racism, classism and sexism is probably the worst ism out there, because what happens is I can go to Timothy and apply for a role and audition for a role, and 9 times out of 10 he's going to judge me based on my talent and not what my shape look like, because what I've noticed is that a lot of our counterparts are looking for more talent. They are looking for people that they can develop. They are looking for different types of people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want the status quo. All of us weren't made for the pole. Let's just call it what it is. Thank God I'm not child, because I already know I would have been bad. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't had these bad knees now, I don't know, husband. I don't know. I'd be bad. But you know, it's like, I really, my heart hurts. My heart hurts because Monica and Kat are only 0.1% of the women that are aspiring to be seen and heard. But nobody will give them a chance in something positive. Shout out to Fat Girls. Do you realize that when we release this film, it will be the 20-year anniversary since Fat Girls featuring Monique and Kendra C. Johnson was released? That is the last full-figured led film that we've had that had any positive connotation, where a full-figured woman, a chocolate mahogany full-figured woman, was loved and desired by an affluent, athletically built man.
And why is that though? I mean, because you know it doesn't make sense to me. I asked that question because we know it's out there. We know that the love is out there. So why won't they display it on camera in real life? Because it's there.
Because everybody is perfect now.
No,
everybody is perfect because you can Photoshop. You can Photoshop anything.
Oh yeah, that's
you can shrink your stomach.
Yeah,
like you can shrink your stomach. AI has taken
AI is a mess.
Even before AI. And the funny thing is, you remember back in the day, Black women were not getting their lips filled. They weren't getting all this Botox stuff.
I used to think my lips were too big. Now I'm like, I don't have any lips compared to everybody else's swollen up looking crazy.
Like they've been eating shrimp and crab legs and know they ain't got no business.
Yeah. It's amazing to me how, you know, they would demonize the Black woman, but now they want to with the Black women with the BBLs. You already had use what God gave you. You look a mess. And people don't get that. They think that's cute. So if that's what they think is perfect, they're all wrong, because that's not cute at all. Like the flotation devices, and you know, if you don't have it naturally, then just leave it alone. Personally,
I think we got between Kat and Monica, we got enough over here. Like if we go to the pool, we're not drowning. I'm just saying. We holding on. I ain't got nothing for them. I'm all back. I'm all shoulders and back, but they holding it down in the booty, legs, and thighs department. They holding it down. I'm just saying.
But men are attracted to that. Absolutely. So with your movie, Figured Flings, like tell people a little bit what that's about.
Okay. So the storyline goes is this: two plus size models, right, are on a plight to take down their modeling agency from the inside for exploiting full figure women through colorism, shapeism, and sizeism.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the caveat to that is because everybody want to be an influencer or artist or something. I refuse to buy into that. So although those two women are models, one is an architect and the other one is an aspiring attorney.
Okay. That's
So
a flip.
boom. Because that's the other thing. Social media will have you thinking that all these people are living large, taking charge as creatives, when realistically they struggling out here in their cars, going and living in mansions for 1 month, paying 1 month worth of bills just to make content so people think they really doing something when they really broke.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to use that narrative, but I knew that if we're going to address these issues in film and entertainment, we need to have a little bit of that in the storyline. But what happens though, the best part is that the men that desire these ladies, one is an Air Force veteran. The other is a former track and soccer star. And the other one is a trust fund baby. So tall, slim in stature. And all of these men are, constructed such that they wouldn't even, society says they wouldn't take a second look at these full figure women.
Mm-hmm.
However, they are in love, they are mesmerized, and they love the essence of these women's being.
Yeah, that's a flip. Because I'm thinking originally full figured flings, that it was a fling with someone.
There's a little bit of that in there. We can't get you.
No, there's some romance going on up in there.
Yeah,
I
girl.
did see the trailer, So
And
what?
You said.
How did you ladies feel about making that? Did you feel comfortable enough? Because I'm going to be honest. Like,
ask Monica. Mm-hmm.
Because people look at me, right? They look at me and they think, because that's what I was talking about. Size doesn't matter about your health. It really, really doesn't. It doesn't matter. People look at me and see small, but in my eyes, I really deal with body dysmorphia. So I don't see what everybody else sees. So how did you feel in that role? Because to me, I would be like, oh no, I'm not. No, we're not doing that. So how does that feel for you to be like in a romance role? You said they asked you, the other people asked you to take your clothes off, and you did the smart thing. You was like, no, we're not doing that. So, but the romance, like, how was that?
Oh no, I was very nervous because again, it was my first time doing that type of role. So luckily, my co-star, he helped me to feel comfortable, and Lily, Dominique, all of them helped me to feel comfortable, so I could just naturally just be. I don't know if I should say be in the moment or just be like have Lauren be in that moment. So it'd be like, oh. Okay, Monica, get out your head. We're Lauren now. Let's be in the moment. And I didn't have to take no clothes off. I was very comfortable. I didn't have to worry about. We was very respectful with each other. We was like, okay, how do you feel about me touching here, or are you okay with me holding you here, or blah blah blah? And it was just like I after some time my nerves started pushing away, and I was feeling like more and more comfortable and more of, okay, I'm Lauren, I'm in this scene, let's do this.
Because I was going to ask you, how did they make you feel comfortable? Like, I'm like, what does that look like? Like,
so I think our DP, because he's really good. Can you get up? Okay, come on in. Come on. You can sit in my lap. Oh. No, we ain't gonna break this chair. No, we ain't gonna. Yeah, just get in the camera. Get low. Get low. I got you.
So our biggest thing that we wanted.
Dominic, right?
Yes.
Okay, Dominic. Okay.
My name is Dominic Perry. You guys, thank you all for listening. And I'm just chiming in because when Monica had said about comfortability.
Yes.
But that was our biggest thing. We wanted to show. like sensual movements, not like raunchy, none of that. Like we wanted to be classy in our execution of these certain scenes because see, everybody has sex in their movies or whatnot.
Yeah.
But we wanted to portray it to where not only that the actors were comfortable, but also the elegance of what it means to actually physically touch somebody.
Like a real relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A real attraction.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not just sex.
Right.
That's what everybody want to have. Sex.
Right.
But we have to show it in a light that can be classy,
Right.
And
real life.
Sure enough. And like, we were all talking about, these are full figure women, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they deserve to be comfortable in their flesh,
right.
in their skin, and people need to see what that looks like, as opposed to, being ashamed of their size.
Right.
That's not even an issue. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
For real.
No, I hear you.
So for the most part, that is where we wanted to focus in on that. Sure enough. So
and my knees bad, so get off of them. So you can imagine. So really, we have fun.
You can say y'all have mad fun. There's no way that you cannot have fun.
Let me tell you. And the thing is, that's the other thing. So to speak to the importance of, professionalism, this is my husband, but on set, he's not. He's the DP.
Right.
So if he tell me to shut up and sit down, that's what I'm going to do because I'm acting, right? Mm-hmm. When I'm not actively in character, I'm producing or directing. But when I'm in character, he like, ma'am, please stay in character. I'm like, yes, sir. Oh, okay. But I think that one thing I'll say about Monica, she is willing to learn. So if there are any, producers and directors out there, this girl legitimately will call you at 3:00 in the morning if something crosses her mind and she want to get it right.
And those for the people that are listening on the radio, her name is Monica Rushing.
That's right.
Her name. So look her up. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
But she legitimately, she wants to get it right. And I know China is always telling her, get out of your head. I'm telling her, get out of your head. Dominique, get out. We have to constantly. Kat is her road dog. And I love that she has somebody in her corner. Like Kat not trying to, nah, girl, da. She's trying to help her build. You get what I'm saying? So even though Monica the lead, Kat right there with her, coaching her and boosting her up. And you don't find that with Black women. But that's what we do over here.
You said that whole thing right, because for some reason Black women do not want to up the next. They're going to tear you down. I don't know what that's about.
No, we're not competing. We collaborate over here.
I love it.
Yep, Dre Nicole just checked in too. She's also a part of our cast, and she's also what's called our 2AT. She's our second 2AC. She's our second assistant camera. She does the slate. If people don't know what the 2AC is, she's the clapper or the slate person. But she also is in Full Figured Flings. And the interesting thing with Drea is that she's Skinny Mini now, but she used to be full figured. And so she understands the struggle. You know what I'm saying? She understands what it's like. Like a lot of people have a presence, right? But even with our presence and even with the things that we've done that have propelled us to where we are, we still had to fight for our position with every ounce of our being. And honestly, I'm still fighting. Because see, now I'm at the space where I'm not quite full figured, but I'm also not curvy enough. So I'm in a space where it's like, okay, well, where do I fit? Well, you know what? You don't tell me where I fit because I know where I belong and I know
Right.
who I belong to.
Right.
And because I know who I belong to, I consult with him, and then I put that purpose and passion to the pen, and that's how I create these projects.
How important is it, do you think, that it is for men to support these type of narratives? Like, do you think it's really important for men to get on the bandwagon and stop playing? Like, just support
It's pivotal. Let me be real. And I say this. I had a real daddy. And that is the only reason I can speak to you and stand with confidence today. My mother didn't do that. My father did that because my daddy was there, and every day I was his sugar pie. I was his princess. I was beautiful. I was loved. My daddy, rest in peace. My daddy is the reason that I will not take no, and I will not settle for less. So it is pivotal for men to join this movement because this is the thing. And ladies, you might not want to hear it. Men are the leaders, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that we have to set the tone and create a space for them to know that they are safe enough to lead. You follow what I'm saying? Because I think that what has happened is that we're going to go economics. Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal, right? And then Lyndon Baines Johnson came in and they brought all this welfare stuff into the mix.
Mm-hmm.
And see, it wasn't designed for us. It was designed for the veterans, wives, and families that were still over here. But what happened, we got caught up in it and we started taking. And so we got so comfortable leaning on the system that we got rid of the black men and just stripped them out of the homes. Because if the black man not in the home, I can get this check and I'm going to be all right. I'm independent, but you're not independent because you still taking money from a man somewhere.
The man.
So men are pivotal. We have to create a safe space for them. And once we create a safe space for them, they can create a safe space for us. And once we get on one accord, and that's what the fear is. That's the fear. The fear is that black women and black men will get on one accord and will be.
Oh my God.
That's the fear.
That would be crazy.
They about to shut this whole live down because I said that, but that's the fear.
You know what? The power of a strong black couple is undeniable.
Hello, somebody.
It's just because we're created for each other. So we know what each other needs. And I don't care what nobody say. They may come for me for this, but I really don't care. My show, I say what I want. There is nothing like the love of a black woman, because we're going to ride for you hard. We're going to defend you hard. We're going to be in the trenches with you. We don't just want you when you up high and got everything. No, we're going to build up with you. And when you lose it, we still got you. But these men don't want to see it. They just think it's going to be better on the other side. I'm like, you know what? That's on them. That's on them. I can't. Full figure, not full figure, whatever. They a hot mess. We all need to get it together. Women too, because we can't. This goes against a lot of things I say. But we really do need a partner. We need a helpmate.
We do.
Can't do it alone.
We do.
We can't do it alone. Without that, I ain't gonna say no more about that because I don't want nobody to think that Bunky need a man. No, I would like one. Do I need one? No. I would like one, but it's a big difference. Ladies, what did you feel about the script? Do you feel like this story needs to be told? How do you feel about being in this position where you're changing the narrative?
I most definitely think this needs to be told because I run into things like this every day. I recently had a run in with a smaller girl thinking that I guess she looked better or whatever the case, but it had to be proven to her because when we were out, I'm getting drinks. Dudes is constantly buying me drinks. Like, it's not because you're small, baby. It's not that. I really
What do you mean
want
look better?
So I guess, they have the thing where they feel just because they're smaller
Oh,
that
yeah.
they look better. But I'm like, it's not about that, period, at all.
She's not getting the attention.
And that's my thing. It's like, this is stuff that happens in the world. And it's like, you're constantly saying these things to your friends. Oh, she's too big. What he doing with her? If it's like a good looking guy with a plus size girl, what is he doing with her? So it's like, this is constantly going on. So yeah, I feel like everybody needs to watch this. It addresses that's the issue that I'm having a lot lately. And I feel like we should still be going through this at this day and age.
Well, we're going through racism. We should be going through that in this day and age. These people are out of control, period. It's like everybody think they better than that's really terrible. I'm gonna do real quick. We're gonna lighten this up a little factor cap before we get back to this stuff. So factor cap. I don't think Monica, you was on when I mentioned factor cap. Factor cap is where I'm going to ask questions, and this is where the people in the audience can join in now or later on when they watch it. Be it fact or be it cap. Okay, cap mean it ain't true. Big facts, you can big it, you can whatever. Normally I have something on the screen, but there's too many of us, so I can't do that. Okay. Fact or cap. Full figured women are less likely to be cast in romantic leads. Fact or cap?
Fact.
Fact.
That's
very
fact.
fact.
That's a fact. I think who's all right. The world is finally embracing body diversity in entertainment. I think that's kind of facty. It's in the middle.
It's too much in the middle.
Or it's still riding the line. It's down that
Yeah.
yellow line.
Because I mean, there was sinners. You had the slim one, the slim woman, and then you had the plus size woman. So,
See, I didn't really watch it. So what happened to it? I couldn't get in it. I don't know why.
Kind of cool. It was kind of cool to see. Because I was like, okay, Michael B. Jordan in the big.
Oh yeah,
I like it too.
Yeah.
And she was dark skinned. She wasn't a white lady.
And we got a man. We got a man that say cap and fat.
Yeah,
that's right.
Chris,
hello, man.
He's from In the Studio with the Rec Boys. They have a podcast, business, music in the studio with the Rec Boys. They're on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Chris, fat cat, fat. Okay. This is a good one right here. This is a good one. Before I get back to the other questions, confidence is more attractive than physical appearance. Fact or cap?
Facts.
I'm with it.
Facts.
That's definitely a fact, because you can be a supermodel and be so insecure and be the ugliest person because you're not confident, and then someone who has on regular Walmart clothes walking there, but she just got it on right and she looking as fabulous as she want to be without a glam squad, and she walking there owning the room. That's more attractive. Men too. That's more attractive than anything. Okay. Yeah. Facts. Chris said fact. Yeah. I mean, I knew that was a good one. I knew that was good. That was a good one. Okay. We'll do another factor cap after, but we're going to get into some other stuff. What do you hope people take away from this film? What do you hope?
So I'm gonna say in part one, because we actually we go into production on part two tomorrow. We fly to Indianapolis tomorrow to go into production on part two. So I gotta stay with part one because y'all don't know nothing about part two. But so from part one, what I really want people to take away is the fact that there is still sisterhood, even amongst women of color, through trials and adversity. The second thing would be take a stand, even when it's not the popular thing to do. Because you're going to see that in this film. These women took a stand that could have destroyed their careers, but they did it because they were confident that they were going to have people to stand by them.
Now, how can they catch the whole film? Because this is just a preview.
Mm-hmm.
Is the whole film out yet?
No, it's actually in post. It's in post-production.
Okay.
We will be doing so we'll be doing 3 private screenings before we publicly release it in early 2026. So it'll definitely be early 2026, but we will be doing private screenings. I know that one premiere will be here in Atlanta, and we're looking at 2 other cities. So y'all got to let us know what city y'all might want us to pull up at so we can premiere there. But I know we will do one premiere here in Atlanta. And Houston is probably going to be one of the stops because we do have affiliates in Houston. Richmond, Virginia is another base. So we got a couple of areas to play with, but we definitely will do the initial premiere here in Atlanta.
Okay. Ladies, Monica, Kat, what was, whoever wants to go first, what was one of the most powerful moments for you on set? I know there had to have been a moment where you're like, what was that moment?
So I'm gonna say, I think our last day of filming, the last scene, that was like the powerful. I felt all of the energy, everybody, the cast and everything, and the deliverance of everybody and their performances. It really that set it off for me. So that was my favorite.
Okay.
I would say what was a powerful moment was I would say the second day I filmed, which was like the game. I mean, which well, let me not share everything. Let me not share everything. Which was the second day of filming. A lot of mental like mindset battles I was having to fight through. And once I went through, I was just like, oh wow, this is what I sound like when I do this. This is what it was. Okay. It was just like really just having moments where I'm like they say, just let go and just release. And that was like literally the biggest moment of being on set.
Okay, because I'm curious now. So was that like the battle, what the mindset, was that part of the movie, or was that something you personally was going through? Was that
was a
character or you?
That was personal me.
Okay.
Me. It was I have this issue of wanting to be perfect, and I really gotta battle that and stop that because I literally have seen when I'm like not even thinking about it, and when I just naturally just go on, that is literally honestly the perfect moments. And me not trying to be like, okay, I got maybe if I do it like this, that perfect, but it's like, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, sometimes we do have to, I guess, get out of our own heads. So, and then you're your best you, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. That was really good. I didn't, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I'm glad you got
mainly.
out of your head. I'm glad
Yeah.
you did that. Lily, I mean, we're gonna do another factor cap before we go, but to speak to the women out there that don't feel seen, valued, or beautiful, right? What conversations do you want this type of film to start for the women that don't feel seen, heard, or beautiful? Like this kind of movie and the type of movies that you make, what type of conversation do you want this to start for those women out there?
Admit it.
Or women in, yeah, women, men in general, of all shapes and sizes, actually.
Admit it. Admit that you don't feel seen or heard. Just admit it. Because the first step, and y'all, this AA and NA. The first step there you go. Acknowledge that this issue exists.
That's hard though. That's hard.
But until you get to a place where and it starts with looking in the mirror and saying, no, I don't feel seen. I don't feel heard. I don't feel valued. And I deserve to feel seen, heard, and valued. And find other like-minded people. That's what we had to do.
Mhm.
And we all found each other.
How?
Oh man.
How'd y'all find each other?
So Monica, how did
So I was entering. I had a friend who put me in this group on Facebook where you go for castings and stuff. And I saw on the message where Lily was posting about the web series. So I actually no, it wasn't. It was another role, and she told me, hey, and she was one of the first people who actually instantly respond back. So I was like, oh wow, okay, I got an instant response. So she was like, okay, this role has unfortunately been filled. However, there is another role that I feel like you will fit better. And so it was I was just like, oh God, it's about to be some background, some crap, something that I'm just like, yo, give me a chance. And it was an actual like role of, oh, I got speaking lines. I'm actually gonna play an actual character. I'm gonna actually be able to have a role. So I was like, oh, okay. I read the description. I was like, okay, yeah. Okay, let me submit for this. And that's how I got in contact with Lily, mainly through Facebook.
Now, you two, Kat and Monica, said you guys were in situations together?
We modeled together. So we
Okay.
did a couple of shows together. That's how I met Monica.
Okay.
And through Monica, I met Lily.
Okay. And this was on a Facebook group.
No, me and Monica, we did.
No, y'all knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all met Lily through like an announcement for a show or something.
No, Monica met Lily through Facebook, and then
Right.
in turn, she introduced me to Lily.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Well, and then y'all been together now how long, all three of you?
what? A couple of months? What is it? So Monica, she been around. Look, it's been over a year now. Yeah, it's been over a year. And Kat, probably I would say since like April, maybe. So April, May, June. So a couple of months. But you like for real, the way we all kind of turn up, you wouldn't know it.
No, you wouldn't. It seems like y'all have known each other for a really long time.
I told you, we like see people post we're family and all that.
Yeah.
No, we family for real. Like we have knockdown drag outs. But like I said, you not coming in this circle and knock nobody down. You gonna get knocked out.
Okay.
So we a real family over here. We that old school Black family with the grandmas, the aunties, the uncles, the cousins, everybody in one house. That's what B2B PMG is about. That's why we're back to the basics. Nobody understands that back to the basics mean going back to the drawing board to what Black culture and Black cinema is really about. It's not about this foolishness because we not all selling drugs. Now we did start off bootlegging a little bit back in the day. I mean, let's just be real. But we not all out here selling drugs, killing, selling booty, and doing all that stuff. We ain't doing all that for real.
No, not for real. Not for real.
Like for real, no. So we're taking it back to the basics. We're really letting you know where we come from for real and debunking all these myths that all this stuff that the distributors seem to love to push.
Yeah.
That don't even look like us,
right.
But they push the narratives that make us look bad and we keep running to it.
That false narrative for $1. They like sell their soul for $1.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
That's it. All right, no, we're not gonna do this last factor, Kat. Because like the time went really quick. It went really quick. But for all of your group involved, China didn't say anything. Dominic, he's funny. All I see is like I see a little bit of skin. I can't really see. China's Glam for everybody who hasn't seen her or missed the very beginning. So y'all need to go back and catch it from the beginning. Final thoughts from all of you. Final thoughts.
Y'all go first.
Okay.
I was so funny.
Let me tell y'all something. You know, my final thought.
Did you really talk like this?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, trust me.
Okay.
This is him for real.
Okay. All right.
Look,
Just,
I, for one though, I appreciate this platform. I appreciate you all inviting us and everything.
absolutely.
So, sure enough. So I also want to just say that moving forward, we are not just addressing these social stereotypes, but I believe that people are going to see change as we create the storylines that we are actually living. And
that's real.
Generations and generations down the line will see what it's sort of like a time capsule. But look, I just want y'all to know that
Chelsea, come get your friends.
It's all love. That's my final thought. Yes,
Oh, Chelsea, okay, bro.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
No, seriously. This, like, honestly speaking, I prayed for a man like my daddy.
He's like your dad.
Reincarnated.
Be laughing all the time. Like,
yes, I do. I just look at him sometimes like, what did you just say?
Won't he answer your prayer?
Woo,
Yes,
yes,
he'll do it. He'll do it.
Go ahead, ladies. Oh, China, final thoughts. China.
Oh, yeah, but China, then we're going to go to the ladies.
Yes, she do.
No, I don't. Final thoughts. I love y'all guys. I'm so proud of everybody. My final thoughts is keep doing your job. Okay? Love y'all.
All right, Kat or Monica, who want to go?
I'll go. So my final thoughts is I'm just honored and appreciative of this opportunity. I want to thank Lily and all of her crew and staff for giving me this opportunity. And I also want to thank you for having us. And
Thank
just
you for coming.
Everybody make sure they be on the lookout for all these projects in the Figured Flings.
Monica.
Hey. My final thought is I'm just so excited for not just myself, but everybody on production, cast, because I just feel like there's just a strong like a strong spirit, like positive spirit. It's just gonna be so many blessings to come. And I'm just like Kat said, be on the lookout, full Figured Flings, all updates, all premieres, everything. This is just something for everyone to see.
I forgot to ask you, I'm gonna come back. Where can people find you? Like if people want to follow you independently, Kat, where can people catch you?
Okay, so I am Miss Cat with 2 T's and Miss MZCATT on IG and Denise Catlin on Facebook.
Monica.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at underscore MER. I'm sorry, at MER underscore Ruby's Baby. And you can find me on Facebook under Monica Rushing.
Okay. Now the big cheese, Miss Lily. Final words.
Final words. Support. That's it, guys. Support is as simple as reposting, sharing, and just dropping a comment. Hashtagging Full Figured Flings everywhere. We're coming. We do have merch. We actually have different types of merch. Shout out to Heavenly. She is down there. She is our merch designer. And so we do have t-shirts. Y'all can buy a t-shirt. They $25 until the 15th. However, if you say that you heard us on Tea Time with Bunky,
Okay.
we will, push that out a little bit for you. So definitely just tap in. We are back to the basics PMG. So on Instagram, back BACK, the number 2 THE basics PMG. P is in Paul, M is in Mary, G is in goat. And we're back to the basics production management group on Instagram. That's pretty much it. Guys, love, sisterhood, confidence, and a whole lot of curves.
I love it. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
taking the time out. This was so much fun. I didn't know what to expect. I wish you all the best. Keep getting out there, pushing that positive narrative. Yeah, size doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. As long as you got the skill or whatever. And then seeing Black women in the role, I love stuff like that. I really, really do. So I'll be watching and following you guys so that I can, have an idea of what's going on. I'm gonna go back and watch all the other ones that are on your page, the Back to the Basics. And when you guys want to come back, when you want to talk about something else, one of your new adventures or whatever, hit me up. I'm yours for the taking.
Absolutely.
I love this. I love this. So
shout out to MJ for hooking this up, my girl.
Yes.
MJ, straight out of New Jersey. I love y'all up there. I love my New Jersey, my New York, and my Philly. Y'all show love. That's one thing. Y'all can't say nothing about New York, New Jersey, and Philly. Y'all show love.
New York. She sent that email out. I was like, I looked. I said, wait a minute. I might have been one of her first responses.
Yes.
It's like, let me get this in here. Yeah. And thank you guys for saying yes. I appreciate you. And like I said, much success in everything that your hands touch. And just be blessed, be beautiful, and go out there and just knock down them doors, break all those stereotypes. So yeah, so everybody, thank you for tuning in to Tea Time with Bunky tonight. Like I said, if it's your first time visiting Tea Time with Bunky, you can catch me on Thursdays, 7 p.m. live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And your favorite podcast platforms. This is the place where all conversations are had. If you have a story you want to tell, any kind of story, reach out to me. I love having those real conversations that are going to affect someone so people don't feel like it's just them. Because, people be like, am I the only one going through this? Like, what's going on? So that's what Tea Time with Bunky is about. So I appreciate you all. Make sure you like, share, follow, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. First time, welcome, Tiffany. Go to YouTube. Follow Tea Time with Bunky. So I will catch you all later. There won't be a Tea Time with Bunky next week because I'm celebrating my birthday and I'm taking a break. I'm tired.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
No, she don't got the light.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'll be the big 5'5". Boom, boom, boom. God is good, won't he do it? So, so I appreciate you all. So tune in the next week. I have he's the Human Rights Commissioner for my county. He'll be on first Black Human Rights Commissioner for Sullivan County. So he'll be on the following week. So yeah, it's about to go down. So like I said, all conversations. So make sure you tune in with your questions. And I appreciate you. So I will see you all in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.